What's good everyone, OJ over here, and welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And it does seem like there might be a Nintendo Direct or some type of event soon, because Amazon UK has a bunch of different Switch placeholders. But that's not all to the story. So as you guys can see here, you see this logo right here, Nintendo Switch, just announced at the Nintendo Switch event, box art coming soon. Now, a lot of these were up on Amazon UK. However, this one was a little bit different because it's unclear how long these have been here, and usually when stuff like this happens, we do know that there's going to be an upcoming Nintendo Direct. This isn't the first time that we've gotten like this placeholder box art and saying just announced at a Nintendo Direct. I mean, we saw this before with GameStop and other places, Amazon UK, and then they accidentally pulled them down. But the problem with this one is that nobody can exactly pinpoint exactly when these went up. So these could have been up here for weeks, or they could have been up there for just about a month, or maybe even just a day or two. Just nobody really knows exactly when. So it does seem likely that there's going to be an upcoming Nintendo Direct. We're already in August here. We're kind of moving through some of the games like Okami and all of that are coming out. And I think that September is a big month for Nintendo because there's quite a number of bigger games coming out in September when it comes to The World Ends With You in Japan. You got Dragon Ball FighterZ, then also Valkyria Chronicles 4, plus Nintendo Switch Online launches in the second half of September, which Nintendo did clarify. So I do feel that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct in September, and I do feel that there's also going to be like a Nindies Direct as well. So this could be a Nindies type of thing, or it could be a Nintendo Direct style of thing as well. So one thing with September, guys, just to note, is that last year, mid-September, we had the big Nintendo Direct that revealed a lot of cool games, like for example Doom for the Nintendo Switch. We also got Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Resident Evil Revelations 2. We got LA Noire, we got Wolfenstein 2. There was just a bunch of really cool announcements at that Nintendo Direct. So I would think that Nintendo's going to follow that up this September with another one showing off a bunch of other games as well. And if you combine that with all of the games that are already releasing, that has a pretty big impact with Nintendo news when it's all said and done. So I think that Nintendo's going to employ that type of strategy. So what could we possibly be seeing at this Nintendo Direct if it does go down? Remember, this isn't a definitive or guaranteed thing with this whole Nintendo Switch event or Direct. I'm just saying I think it's going to happen because it's what Nintendo did last year. And on top of that, there's already a number of big games coming out in September, and I think that Nintendo would want to follow up on that. Plus, they have their online service. Now, speaking of their online service, I did want to talk about this just briefly because a lot of people are starting to try to hype this up as if it's going to be like this great online with all these different dedicated servers, all these different features, and I think that you should probably lower your expectations, at least at this point. Now, it could evolve into something that's as good as PS4 and Xbox One down the line, but there's no way that Nintendo's going to launch this thing this September, at the second half of September, and then all of a sudden it is the quality of a PSN or an Xbox Live. If you're expecting that for $20 a year, and also to what you could abuse for a lot cheaper than $20 a year by using the family share plan or whatever and just going with your friends, I think you're going to be very disappointed when this thing does drop next month, just because I don't think it's going to be as good as some people are trying to hype or rage themselves into thinking it's going to be. So I think we're going to find out pretty soon here when it comes to the online, and maybe even what these placeholders are. Maybe it's for a Nindies Direct that's going down soon. Maybe it's for a Nintendo Direct, a bigger one in September, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So what do you guys think about these Amazon UK placeholders? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, we've got a confirmed release window for Undertale on the Nintendo Switch worldwide. So the Switch version of Undertale will launch in September in all regions, Toby Fox has announced. Now in Japan, a more specific release date of September 15th has been previously announced, and apparently September 15th is the anniversary of when the game did release. Now, while the game will be available via the Nintendo eShop, a physical edition is now available for pre-order at Fan Gamer. Undertale is currently available digitally for the PlayStation 4, PS Vita, and PC. A physical edition is also available for all platforms at Fan Gamer as well. And here's a little bit of an overview of Undertale, because a lot of people like to relate this game to Earthbound. So if you like Earthbound, then you might want to check out Undertale. So welcome to Undertale. In this RPG, you control a human who falls underground into a world of monsters. Now you must find your way out or stay trapped forever. Healthy Dogs warning, game contains imagery that may be harmful to players with photosensitive epilepsy or similar condition. Here are the key features of the game. Killing is unnecessary. Negotiate out of danger using a unique battle system. Time your attacks for extra damage, then dodge enemy attacks in a style reminiscent of top-down shooters. Original art and soundtrack brimming with personality. Soulful, character-rich story with an emphasis on humor. Created mostly by one person. Become friends with all of the bosses. At least 5 dogs. You can date a skeleton. There are now 6 dogs. Maybe you won't want to date that skeleton. I thought I found a 7th dog, but it was actually just the 3rd dog. If you play the game, you can count the dogs for me. I'm not good at all. So I think you can pretty much tell by that key features how they're going to take this game, how they take this game. They're not very serious with it. Undertale is a very weird, different style of game that many millions of people have already purchased. It was a hit back when it launched. And I just remember seeing so many people having pacifist runs, kill everything runs when it comes to this game. And I'm actually interested to check it out myself because I never actually played the game. I never purchased it on PS Vita or PS4 or PC just because everybody was talking about it, everyone was hyping it up, and I'm not the biggest Earthbound fan out there. I'm not like, oh my gosh, Earthbound's like the greatest franchise ever. So I was like, you know what, I'll probably just wait for a Switch version of the game, because I remember when they announced it, I was like, I wonder if it's going to be on Nintendo's next system or anything like that. And even when they announced the Switch, I was like, this is probably going to come to Switch at some point, and I can get the portable version, I can get the home console version, like the PS Vita and the PS4 or PS Vita and PC. I'll probably be able to get it on the Nintendo Switch. So I'll just wait. And guess what, we got an announcement for Undertale on the Switch. So it's cool that the game is coming over. I know my brother really likes this game a lot, so he was having fun with it. So I'm gonna check it out once it does launch on the Nintendo Switch this September. We don't have an actual release date, but maybe like an Indies Direct will reveal that, and lots of other games like Morphe's Law and stuff like that. So maybe we will get a release date for this one very soon. So what do you guys think about Undertale being narrowed down to September worldwide? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final topic here, Necrobarista, the cel-shaded visual novel adventure game hybrid from Route 59 Games, will launch in early 2019, and now we have an extra platform being added in with the PlayStation 4, and this is in addition to the Nintendo Switch and PC versions of the game the developer has announced. So let's talk about Necrobarista, because this game actually looks really interesting. So this game is a fresh take on the visual novel, said Route 59 Games lead designer Kevin Chen. After spending the past few years cultivating this robust blend of narrative elements, we look forward to sharing the fruits of our efforts with players when we launch next year, and are happy to announce our friends in the PlayStation community can come along on this ride. Now here's an overview of the game. In a magical modern-day Melbourne, Australia, Necrobarista takes place within the confines of a supernatural coffee house whose patrons are not all of this world. Here, the dead can return to spend one final day on Earth. Indistinguishable from the living, these ghosts can mingle and resolve unfinished business before departing this realm for what awaits on the other side. Told through a series of vignettes from the perspective of several patrons, Necrobarista's story centers on Maddie, the cafe's manager and resident necromancer. While she does her best to keep the shop running smoothly, ferrying souls to the afterlife can have its complications. The variety of vantage points is mirrored in Necrobarista's cinematic approach to storytelling, featuring a dynamic camera and a game that pans from one angle to another with animation that brings its vivid world to life and distinguishing the experience from other titles in the genre. Beyond scripted narrative moments, players are given the reins to explore the coffee shop's 3D setting and a contemporary spin on classic point-and-click adventure style. In these sequences, players are free to move around the establishment and learn more about both it and the colorful cast of characters that call this place home, even if it's only for a brief moment in time. So very weird and different style of game, visual novel with some 3D point and click Monkey Island type of stuff. So I actually like styles of games like this, coming over to the Nintendo Switch. I've never been big on visual novels, but I'm still waiting for that visual novel game that I play that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the visual novel game that is like my style that I really want to get into and play. It was the same thing that happened with Dead Cells. I'm not a rogue type of person. I don't like dying and going all the way back, but Dead Cells was that one game that I tried out and played. I was like, okay, this is what I like. Even though I don't like rogue style games, this is the rogue game that I do like. So I'm still looking for that visual novel that I do like when I try it out. So maybe this is it. It has a really unique and interesting concept. I like the graphical style of it. Seems like it's going to be very in-depth, and it has a really cool premise when it comes to the story. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it does on the Switch and if it's something that I'd like to pick up. So what do you guys think about all the different topics that we discussed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!